Good morning. It is the daily comic show. It's Tuesday, July 9th. I'm DJ Kaufman, the artist here at VeeFriends. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, well, it's over 280 characters on a mission to make positivity louder. You know, make those soft skills cool, like gratitude, kindness, patience, love. VeeFriends was created by Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. You may know him as Gary V, which hence the VeeFriends, of course. We've got the trading card game. By the way, all of this is at VeeFriends.com. The minis, which I'm going to open one now. These are like little pencil toppers. You can also get these vending machines if you want in your businesses. And then I'm going to do a warm-up sketch to start the day. If you have a VeeFriend that you want to see me draw, I'm going to be drawing Charming Cheetah this morning. Good morning over on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram, on TikTok. Got to get my TikTok chat up. What's up, TikTok? TikTok family. Okay, get my chats up here. I'll be checking the chats. We'll be having some fun, drawing some comics today. But yeah, this is VeeFriends. And this is the daily comic stream. So I'm going to be drawing a comic strip live. Going to be opening some minis. Going to do some live chat while we draw. Surprise stuff. You never know. Upcoming streams Thursday and Friday. I'm probably going to be broadcasting, hopefully, if everything goes right. I'll be live from the office in New York City. All right, let's open this up. ASMR for you. What's up, guys? Good morning over on X. Let's see what we got in here. All right, what do we got? We got a emerald diamond hands hen. It's a little chicken. If you don't know what that means, well, you don't know what it means. But pretty much it's like holding on to something you've collected. Let's say it's an NFT or digital collectible or anything. One of the sketch cards. Congrats to everybody that won those cards. All right. We'll talk more about that later on. I'm going to check the chats here. Good morning, Dog Mama. Rocky, what's up? Over on TikTok. Let me check the chats over here. Morning, Corso, what's up? Morning on Instagram. Completed the Trooper Challenge. Yes, it's going to be, thank you. The Heart Trooper Challenge, let's just kick that off real quick. Heart Trooper Challenge this week. It's going to be important that you do this. I'll explain later in the stream, but I'm going to be putting together something special to give away probably Friday on Friday's stream. We'll see. But in order to get it, you need to have done this Heart Trooper Challenge. It's basically, you're going to draw 100 smiley hearts on a piece of paper. It doesn't take that long. I know it seems like a lot, but is the screen not a little narrow on the X, though? I don't know what that means. I'll check it out. Yeah, draw the 100 hearts. Go check out this comic for all the details, and send it in to us. I'm going to give specific instructions on that later on. But let's get back to the warm-up sketch, because I'm going to draw Charming Cheetah today as my warm-up sketch. I got to set my timers. There we go. All the timers are set. We're going to open up 5 of these minis today, or I'm going to open up. And then let's get rid of that, turn on my reference. Here we have Charming Cheetah. If you're new to VeeFriends, let me know in the chat. Food is fuel. Go check out the comic this week for food. What the Trooper Challenge is. Okay. Got it. So yeah, this little first 10 minutes of the stream, I'm going to draw the first time I've drawn the cheetah. Charming cheetah, like charm offensive. Looks like he knows some karate. How I always start all of the drawings when I first draw them for the first time. And this is the first time I've drawn Charming Cheetah. If there's a VeeFriend that you want to see me draw in a warm-up, please let me know. I'm going to look at the chats, see some names, throw them in here. I just kind of do them randomly. So that's how it goes. Everything looking good? Everybody good? Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go my rough sketch. So the first thing I do is I draw small. I draw real small, like super duper small. Kind of give myself a composition sketch just to kind of get my hands kind of going, get the shapes of the VeeFriends here. Some of them have, you know, round heads like this. Some of them have oblong heads. Some of them have heads like this. Right, there's some basic shapes to the VeeFriends. This guy, Charming Cheetah here, has kind of one of those oblong bodies, like a water balloon that's been stretched out, I guess. Looks like his paws are pretty interesting. Looks like he's got some big 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I always count the digits on their hands. He has no claws, so some VeeFriends have little nubbin claws, I call them. And then, so I'm just gonna, you know, I should just get loose here with the getting, like, let's get real loose. Like, let's just do some scribbles and see what kind of comes. Right. I think we're gonna do like more of a. Cheetahs are fast, so I kind of want to have him running, I think. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that pose. So I'm going to take that pose. I'm going to blow it up. Let's just put him right here. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday morning. Pretty chill. I've got a lot of work on my plate to do today. And we're going to get into that in a minute. I wish it could be all give. People were asking if I'm going to give away more stuff. We'll be trying to give away something on Friday, and I don't want to talk about what it is yet. Don't want to spoil it. But one of the main things you're going to need to do is the Heart Trooper Challenge to be eligible for it. You got to earn it. You got to earn it. I'm trying to broadcast into Twitch this morning. I know that it was a black screen before. I just put it on to see if it works. So hopefully there's a picture over on Twitch. If not, I don't know what's going on between OBS and Twitch. Cheetah feels so underrated. Love this guy. Unfortunately, someone loved him more and it was stolen. I don't know what that means. Someone stole your cheetah? Are you new to the comic shows or the VeeFriends list? Okay, let's check in the chat here. Secure Sparrow. Now that's interesting because I was supposed to add, again, if you have a VeeFriend you want to see, I'm going to write them down over here. Secure Sparrow for future warm-ups. Okay, so we're just going to get in here and just kind of work out the main shapes. I know I already see one distinguishing thing is he's got one spot that's a heart. We've had conversations about if you're not familiar with VeeFriends too much, there's version 1s, which were the original drawings from Gary. Those are all on the website too. I'm not going to stop and look at them and hang. I'm going to do some drawing today. Less talking and more drawing. But there's the version 1s, which have a style, and then there's the version 2s, which are on the NFTs and the trading cards. And I always kind of look at the version 2 as my model, and then I decide, you know, I've got some freedom to change it up a little bit with what works for dynamic poses or plans for the comic strips or future stories and things like that. He's got like a real, like, he's got like this kind of nose mouth going on, kind of like a, and that looks like teeth to me, but it's actually his lower chin. So let's just kind of throw that in here. He's got kind of bigger eyes, I'd say, than the others. He's got some big eyes. They kind of tilt in a little bit. Just a little bit. Nope. Eraser. And I have a little timer set, so I got like 8 minutes to do a little warm-up sketch. Love the heart nose. It's one of my favorite parts of the VeeFriends. Some of them have heart noses. A lot of the cats have heart noses. He's charming cheetah, so I kind of want to have him like smiling a little more, maybe. And then we're gonna blend that chin to make it look more like a chin and less like a mouth. And I'm just gonna put that distinguishing heart right there so I don't forget it. Well, I won't forget it, but. And we're gonna just make him looking back this way. He's gonna be running. I noticed when Gary drew it, I actually watched Gary drawing the first one. You know, there's that set of spots that are very big. And I guess they kind of did it similarly on this. There's the set of spots that are big, and then there's the little spots in between. And I'm not going to ink this. I'm just going to color it in red. Why do I draw in red? Long story there, but long story short, I come from a traditional drawing background, so we used to draw with red or blue lead that would either not show up on registrations for film, and it just kind of puts down a different layer underneath your inks so that you can really get a nice distinguished line. And then just kind of carried over to digital, and it looks cool. So, you know, there's that. Sometimes I'll do blue, but I've been mostly red the past couple years, the red lines. And they're faded out just enough. Gray can kind of make your lines a little smudgy. Let's do this. He's going to be like running really fast. I think that's kind of the idea here. Secure Sparrow. Liz Donnelly, I'm glad you joined to watch this. Do a Trump and Biden VeeFriend. I don't think we have any VeeFriends that are that old. But, oh, no. No politics. But we got like, we could put Knowing Gnome up for election, or, you know. Willful Wizard versus Knowing Gnome. It's a joke. It's a joke. Alright. Now I really want to kind of like change up that pose, since I know he's running now and he looks a little fat. A little skinnier than that. Change up that pose here. And he's got one of the, there's different, like, you know, those elements to the characters. So some of them have the bodies that have the, I don't want to say stomachs, chest patterns, you know. So if that is going forward, then we gotta have this leg going like this, right? Off his paw coming out. This paw's going to be going back. That's what I think of when I think of cheetahs. I think running really fast, right? Oh. That's why this is part of the warm-up, just to kind of get my pencil moving, and of course he's got the spots. So I'll just kind of do what Gary did and do the big spots first. I like that his big paw, like he looks like he's got some big paws, so I'm kind of going with that kind of feeling. I want the paws to be pretty pronounced. Let's say. Make a character that has insects living inside of them. Alright, cool. Yeah, my 137 on. Yeah, the numbers are strange this morning. I don't really watch the numbers, but I don't really care if 5 people watch or 2. It's not really about that. It's really about just kind of turning the camera on and going. You know, if I decide to do a random giveaway and you happen to be watching, well, awesome. What do we got? 2 minutes left on my warm-up here. Is there spots on the feet? Yep, there's spots all over. So sometimes I've noticed that, like, the version 2s will be missing things like stripes on their feet or their legs. You know what I'm saying? Like the tiger, he doesn't have any stripes on his legs. It's a little weird. All right. And then he's just like, maybe he's running so fast his spots are coming off. You know, that's kind of what a warm-up's about. It's just kind of like letting your imagination cook a little bit. Sometimes it takes 15 to 20 minutes. You might be stuck as an artist or something. I'm usually not stuck. I'm usually ready to go. But there are times where it's kind of hard to get yourself moving. You just got to get in there and start doing the work. And then suddenly it's like, ooh, wait, what's he running from? You know, like your imagination kind of really gets cooking there. You know, maybe he's running from one of these other. Here's Meeting Mentor Mongoose, Grateful Gar, Offense-Oriented Orangutan, Whimsical Wolf, Stoic Slime, Tremendous Tiger. That's a pretty good, not bad, 30 seconds on this guy. We'll open up another mini here in 30 seconds. King Stubbs over on X, there's a picture, I mean on Twitter, sorry, Twitch. There's a picture right now, right? I want to check this stream real quick. Give me a minute. I've had some issues with Twitch. I don't understand it. It just doesn't want to broadcast. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's broadcasting a picture right now. Watch now, let me see. Well, it's just broadcasting black over on Twitch, so I'm going to just end that Twitch stream. Thanks for trying to watch over on Twitch. I don't understand what's going on there. Something's broken. I'm going to end the Twitch stream. There we go. But we're live on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. How's it going? Good morning, good morning. This was the warm-up. Let's open up one of these. All right, so you got to vote in the chat. Yellow or orange. Comb over caterpillar. I'm just gonna look at your comments while you're voting on which one should I open here. So what everything I did was correct. Sending the message to you and VeeFriends. Yeah, I think so. That's fine, Zach. I'll put your name in the thing. What I'm going to do is everybody that does the I'll get to it in a second. Hold on. Hope everyone's having a great morning. Thank you. Hey, thanks a lot. Glad you like the art. Thanks for tuning in a little bit. I know people pop in and out. It's a good day to start your day with something positive, you know. Hopefully what I did was correct. Gnome versus Wizard would be fun. Battle of the Dome. We used to use. Thanks. I'm glad that you like the cheetah, Liz, especially since cheetah's close to you. If there's a VeeFriend that you dig, let me know. I'll do them. Making Charming Cheetah. I bought one Charming Cheetah NFT yesterday. That's awesome. Thanks, Manu, for buying that. That's great. I'm gonna That's great. All right, which ones was I doing here? Yellow, orange. Got orange, 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 orange. Messages over on the other side. Let's see. Just giving some time. You guys vote on which one to open. Orange is in the lead right now. I'm reading the chat as I'm doing this. There's a lot of chat messages. Yeah, I don't really care about the giveaways either. Shepard said he's only here for the comic book drawing. Well, I'm going to be doing a lot more drawing on this stream for sure. Let me just open these up. I'm going to read these messages. Yeah, sometimes it's a good, like these streams are good for character reading into the VeeFriends verse, an inspiration. Yeah, sometimes when I'm thinking, okay, orange. Okay, great. I'm caught up over there. Great. Looks like orange won, so I'm going to put the yellow up there. Let's see what's next in here. Let's see who's coming out. This is a season 1 mini. So let's just open this up. These are pencil toppers, VeeFriends minis. Looks like we got a bubblegum aspire, or no, this is a lava aspiring alpaca. I'm just gonna set him there. All right, very good. Let's take a look at today's comic. Let me see. Maybe. We're going to read today's comic here live. This one's kind of like, again, it's Heart Trooper week. This little guy, Heart Trooper. His origin story was on Sunday. Probably the best place to read this is VeeFriends.com or over on our Instagram. Because I designed these as like slidable panels for the swipe too, for the Sundays. So it's kind of fun to kind of go through and see how those connect. So yeah, we got his mission. So yesterday was the Heart Trooper Challenge. So he's got some missions for you this week. Heart Trooper Challenge is one. That's where you're going to draw 100 smiley hearts and send them to us. Send them to your friend too. You want to share them with someone. Is kind of the idea. There's some psychology behind this. If you sit and draw these out, drawing a smiley face and heart, we talked about that on yesterday's stream. So today's comic is a little bit different. Started drawing this on yesterday's stream. You can see the kids here, they're doing but they're kind of whispering, as he says, when we see negativity in the world, what do we do? It's a Heart Trooper summer camp. And they're kind of like, make positivity louder. And he's like, make positivity louder. And their hair is being blasted. Just silly. And then their hair stays that way. Just out of silliness. And they're like, but we don't have giant megaphone like yours. And he says, yes, you do. You have the biggest megaphone of all. The internet. So today's mission for the comic viewers would be to help us amplify positivity. Here's how. You simply search for positivity or good news on any social platform. Find a post or news article that feels good to you and share it. Let VeeFriends know. Show us at VeeFriends that you did that. But beyond sharing it, proving that you did it, it's just a good thing. Gary talks about it, that his feed is pretty much full of kittens and rainbows and stuff. So today's comic that I'm drawing is about cynicism, because there's a lot of people out there that are like cynical about this. And like, oh, this Heart Trooper draw a smiley heart challenge is so lame. Do they really think this will help the world? And we got Cynical Cat here. So silly, it's going to take a lot more than that. And I'm going to go ahead and keep zoomed in on that. Turn off the text here. And then I'm going to get right into drawing some of the comic and talking about this today. Morning, Steve. LaFlame art question over on TikTok. Sorry, I missed your question. What's a tablet that's not too expensive to do something like this? I don't know what your budget is, but you can literally use this Procreate program on iPad minis. And also a used version of an iPad. You can get a used version of an iPad for $300 or so. That's not too expensive, actually. And even my old iPads worked pretty well for drawing. My very first version iPad I sold to another artist, and he's gifted it to his son, and his son still brings it to the drawing nights that we have here in Pittsburgh. Okay, cool. Get my pencil going. Make sure I'm on the right. So yeah, what I want here, hopefully that answers your question. I'll be jumping in and out of the chat if you have questions. If you're new to VeeFriends, let me know. VeeFriends is over 280 characters to help make positivity and happiness louder. Kind of think about these skills. So today I'm talking about cynicism mixed with, somebody's trying to do something like the Heart Trooper challenge. And these Cynical Cat here, will be like, it's pretty much half the comments on the internet, more than half the comments on the internet are just cynical, jaded, and instead of fighting against those people, it's like, number one, ignore it, ignore the cynicism. But if you're confronted with cynicism, have that empathy to realize, like, oh, that person must have something going on in their life. So we gotta see, he's wearing cancellation glasses here. I thought that was a kind of a funny visual without being right on the nose, because because originally I had a comic strip where, and I still might do it, there's a character wearing or not seeing good stuff in the world, and they give them a different set of glasses to look at the world through, and then they can see the positive out there. But in this case, I'm not going to explain that. I'm just going to draw the cancellation glasses on him. And by the end of the strip, you'll see that they've turned into heart glasses. Heart glasses. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? It's like you're at my door or something. Who is this? I'm DJ Kaufman. I draw the daily comic strip here at VeeFriends. This is my little daily stream I'm going to try and do almost every day. Correction, Monday through Friday, because I like to stay married. That's what I told Andy, the president, yesterday. I was like, he's like, are you doing Saturdays and Sundays too? And I'm like, well, I still work on some comics on Saturdays and Sundays, but I don't live stream on Saturdays and Sundays. I gotta find that balance. Did I get my screen cover on Amazon or somewhere else? This screen cover here is called, it's an Astro Pad. I got it right here. If you just Google rock, paper, pencil, this is not a paid endorsement. Rock, paper, pencil, it actually has a metal tip and this cover. Yeah, rock, paper, pencil by Astro Pad. I think I bought it on their website. Sometimes they have sales and stuff. I think it's like $30. But you don't have to worry about the stickiness because it's all magnetic. It just, this one's not even magnetic. This one stays on by like a static cling. Uh-oh, what'd I do? No. All right. See the comics, I'm working ahead. Got that. I've always had that goal to get us ahead, and I'll get there. I'm going to get there. Do I draw every day? Yes. It's kind of my motto. Drawing every day. Even if I wasn't drawing a daily comic strip, I'm still drawing something every day. It's like, hey AJ, custom rugs on YouTube today. Appreciate you spreading out the love there. I want to check something real quick. One moment, give me a second here. I don't seem to see my feed happening. All right. It's always some weird technical issues, but I kind of just try to ignore them. I don't let them ruin my stream. Somebody's messaging saying that there's no, that their feed is wrong or something, and I'm like, no, it's not on our end. I can see it. I can see it on all the channels, so you're good. Anyways, somebody was saying, like, wow, it's a lot of hard work. I was talking to another artist, and they're like, wow. That a lot of them say the same thing, but this guy in particular was... Actually, J. Scott Campbell said the same thing to me when we were having a conversation, but this other guy said, wow, I can't believe, like, props to you, that drawing every day, that's... Oof, that's a lot. I'm like, it is, but it isn't. It's not like that. Like, this is my day job, number one, and like, I don't even like calling it a day job, but but you do all kinds of things daily. You put your pants on, you brush your teeth. Hopefully you're brushing your teeth. I want him to be smug here. Yeah, so I mean, it's when you put it's a different perspective. You have to look at it a different way, you know. I want him to be kind of smug, cynical cat. It's like, yeah, that's pretty lame. Looks like he's a little chubby there. I want to fix his face here. Yeah, thanks for morning Cody over on Instagram. Morning guys. Morning Sarah. Morning Steve. See you guys. Morning AJ over on YouTube this morning. TikTok, what do we got? What do we got on TikTok this morning? Keith, what's up? Love the cynical glasses. D. Coleman, what's up? Morning, man. Okay. I'm looking at a board here just to... If I haven't drawn the cat in a while, I'm like, oh man. I'm gonna just take a look at him real quick. Got it. Got him. It's pretty close. Don't want it to be too... If my pencil would work, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I've got some timers set here. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, but what I'll be traveling tomorrow, so no stream tomorrow. Going up to New York. Going up to New York to work from there. I might be on the Fanatic stream. I haven't heard back from the team yet. I asked yesterday. I was supposed to be. And yeah, there's a little smug face there. That's kind of what I want. I'm going to delete this line down here because I don't like... I like his mouth to be the bottom of his little smug face. Talk more about this as I'm getting into this one, but this reminds me of sometimes in these streams I'm just going to have little memories that pop in my mind, and when I think about cynicism I think about times when I was cynical, you know, especially when I was younger. I think it has to do a lot with youth too. Things just seem like, oh, these adults are keeping you down, and you know, somebody's trying to stop you from doing what you're doing, and you don't really have accountability or anything when you're super young. And you're like, I'll show you the world. Right? I was pretty much like that. And the friends I hung out with, I think we're just a cynical group. I mean, it's pretty typical, right? It's a pretty typical thing to hang out with. Or I don't say typical like everyone does it, but there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, you have these cynical friends, maybe you're all in the same kind of situation, and you kind of just stay in that boat with the same people for years. And you don't know why you're feeling funky, you're depressed and down, and you're like, hey, wait, my life's pretty good. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel crappy today? And at some point I realized that I had this friend, and every time he was around, I could be in the greatest mood, and he could say one little thing, and I didn't even notice it was putting me into a zone of negativity. But it worked. It just, as soon as I was aware that it was happening, I was like, I need to, I love the guy, but I was like, I need to limit my exposure to this person. And he didn't like that. He was very like, it's like a bad abusive relationship almost, in a weird way. It sounds so weird to say that. It sounds very weird. But yeah, you can have abusive friendships like that. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I think you gotta. There's gotta be people out there that know what I'm talking about. got to get a room up there for, or schedule a room to stream from. I asked to get a small room because I'll be coming in super early into the office to make sure that I'm live at 8:30, and I'm gonna pack my. I don't like the way that this body looks. Let me fix this. Anyways, at some point, there was a lot going on in my life, and I just said, it's scorched earth. Of course, if Phil is supposed to be scheduling me something, but I don't think I'm in the system up there for the room scheduler. Thanks, man. We'll wait to see if he has me in there already. Actually, I'm going to be there earlier because I want to be like around 7:30. I like to make sure that all the equipment's working and all that, and then I'll be live at 8 to 9. I don't want to be like, I don't want to have someone knocking on the door at 9:30 and be like, we got a meeting in there. If I can avoid that, so like 9:40 or something like that. Give me time to unplug my stuff and get out of the room. I've learned my. I don't want to be in anybody's way, you know. Just put me in the alley with an iPad, and I'll go over to Whole Foods across the street and just kind of. No, it's good. Looking forward to being in office. I know AK won't be there, and May's gone, and a lot of people are on vacation and whatever. So it's going to be just a nice little working trip. I don't usually draw his tail. I'm going to draw his smug little cat tail. You know, if you have cats, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Little flicking tail. He's excited when someone's cynical. Like he's absorbing that energy, like an energy vampire or something. That office is loud and busy. It is, but I'm pretty much, I can work in any chaos. I'm pretty good with it. Scrolling back to the comments here on Instagram. Instagram's got to fix their comment situation on live streams. DJ, are you spying on me? You said hopefully you're brushing your teeth while I was brushing my teeth. Yeah, it's me. Angel, good morning. What did you miss? Not much. The warm-up. I did Charming Cheetah. I'll go back and look at that maybe. Good morning, everybody. We're not quite at 9 o'clock yet. Yeah, the chats on Instagram or the chats on TikTok and everything else is better. Instagram, as the chat's flying by, it's like it says it's a comment when somebody's joining, so it pushes the comments down. So I got to go back and look through, and it's a little bit of a delay. So, not a big deal, but you know. So I'm gonna grab these guys. They're here. Copy paste these guys. Hopefully, nope. I just kind of want to get their proportions. I'll probably change their faces a little bit. Make him a little bit bigger in this one. Like they're busted. It's kind of the move here. So I'll change the expressions. But yeah, I remember that point specifically. I won't go too much into details of my personal life, but I was going through some stuff and I was like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for negative people in my life. Everything was going good for me finally again at some point, and I was like I felt dragged down by the negativity. So I was like, I just had a very candid for a while I avoided the conversation because I was like, I don't want to have this, you know. You try to have a conversation with someone like that, and they're like, what are you talking about? You know. And, but I was like, hey man, listen, we've grown apart. We're not the same people. The same thing I was interested in, or the things I thought were funny for a minute when I was 20, are not the same things I think of when I'm 34, you know, or whatever old I was. Probably 40 or something like that. And I was like, man, I can't. You're just not the same person. You really do evolve. You know, I wasn't a bad person for sure, but it was just like immaturity. You know, when you're immature and someone's like, you're just immature, you're like, screw you, I'm not immature. But then as you get older, you're like, man, I was really immature. And that's just what life does to you. You know, you're going to get thrown all kinds of curveballs and stuff. Surprise! And that's part of the journey, you know, it's fine. Just got to just accept that and roll with it. Change his tail up here a little bit. Now he's been caught, so, you know, his tail's maybe... Heart Trooper looks really gigantic here. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to just draw his head here. He's more like, ahem. All nice people have abusive friends and family. It's everything, right? Like, it's, you know. You would 100% read this? Well, guess what? VeeFriends.com. Have we gone blank here? What's going on? Uh-oh. No. Well, VeeFriends.com. So my internet's being a little weird. Daily comic strip. You know, there's a ton of them. There's tons of them. Look. Open up the magical Miro board. Ding. You can see a little bit ahead, a little bit behind. Let's see here. That's not going to help either because the internet seems to be slow. All right. Well, you can see here there's tons and tons and tons of comics. We have months and months of comics. I've been doing the daily comic strip since January. It comes out Monday through Sunday. The Sundays are a little bit bigger. If you're new to VeeFriends, we have over 280 characters. This was the origin of Heart Trooper. We have over 280 characters designed to, you know, make the world a happier place. We got Patient Panda here, kind of teach you patience. Love Trooper. It's Love Trooper week, or Heart Trooper. Heart Trooper. I see hearts and I go love. Heart Trooper. Forgive me if I say Love Trooper. But he is the ultimate Love Trooper. Heart Trooper. And Adventurous Astronaut. All kinds. Okay. Yellow versus green, go. Which one am I opening? Yellow, green, go. We'll do the meter. Yellow versus green, yellow versus green, yellow, green, green. I'm gonna wait, green. Wait for Instagram to catch up a little bit. 10 seconds. Yellow. Green. Just a couple more seconds. Green. 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 Okay, green. Sorry, yellow. I'd say statistically, people don't like yellow. If it's up against orange or green, people pick green or orange. Let's go. Let's see what's in this one. I haven't pulled a detailed one in a long time. This is Gratitude Gorilla. He glows in the dark. Put him there. By the way, with these packages I've been sending out, you know, I'm putting some of these that I opened in the stream live randomly. I've got a bag of them. I just throw them randomly into the packages, give them away at drawing nights. People really like them. These ones smell like bubble gum. You know, it's just fun. A little nostalgia. Rocky's favorite color is yellow. Mine's orange. Erwin Gannon, I'll be gone for good. Where are you going, Erwin? Someday we'll all be gone for good. That's pretty dark. But, you know, can't let my stoic side come out too much on the stream. Deep yellow. I'm a fan of orange. You can't see the office here, but I've got an orange carpet. Got an orange. Yeah, I like orange. I don't know why. I had an orange Volkswagen bus once. I don't want him to be too giant. Here, he's got... I think when I sketched this out, he was way too, like, elongated. I don't want his body to be that long. So I'm going to fix it. Yeah, so I had the title over on YouTube as Can Love Fix Everything? And like giving love, you know, how do you, like, it's hard, man. Like, two things about that. They always say, like, you know, in religion and stuff like that. And I guess this is a very, you know, when you're talking about love and like kindness, and it starts to sound very like the teachings of, you know, most major religions in the world, I'd say. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to indoctrinate anybody with anything like that. We're just trying to spread the message of positivity. And it is true. It sucks when it's happening to you. If you're going through like a broken heart, or someone did you wrong, or someone said something mean about you, you're reacting, you know, you're being reactionary to the feeling of hurt. And it can suck. It can really, like, listen to this music's very sentimental, so I feel like I need to say something that's deep. But yeah, broken hearts can suck, man. It's happened to me multiple times. You have that feeling deep in your gut where, like, you thought something, you just, whatever. It could be a relationship, it could be a job that you lost, it could be a friendship, it could be something you were really looking forward to, you know. I'm just going to draw his full body here because I just want him to stay, like, kind of in proportion. He's just in the background, so now I know that there has to be, like, perspective here. Right. He's still kind of giant. I'm going to put the hand on his hip. That's the move. But yeah, I mean, there's times I can think back right now, and I don't want to get, I'm not going to give too many personal stories, but there were definitely times where I was so angry at people and hurt that, you know, probably didn't even wish them very well, to be honest. And now I kind of feel like all those bad things are just like lessons. And I go like, ooh, when I was very young, my friend told me, I don't know what's awful. What happened? Oh, never mind. I had a friend that told me time or tragedy and time equals comedy. Tragedy plus time equals comedy. It was like a formula for writing and for Shakespeare and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah. But now, half the things that I ever worried about, or I thought like, wow, that was a really like high school stuff. You go like, now they're funny stories now. But when you're in it, it's like the end of the world. My girlfriend's cheating on me, or my best friend betrayed me, or I don't know. It could seem like the end of the freaking world. And then, then the life will hit you. You have like loved ones that pass away, and it could start to add up to where it's just like too much heartbreak and stuff. So it's easy to become a cynical cat when all that stuff's being thrown at you. We got some VeeFriends. I got some friends, fighting cancer. We got Rocky here. He's pretty openly fighting the cancer, and got some other people that are dealing with some stuff. Most people have some sort of like anxiety or something that they're hiding away. When you look bad, truly there are no bad hard times in life that weren't for your own personal good or growth. That could be true. It's hard to see it. You can transmute bad things into good things, for sure. Like, I have no regrets. Like, definitely I made some poor decisions in my past. I know I can't think of what they are, so I don't dwell on it. But wait, why am I not on the same layer? Okay, there we go. But I think I never would have gotten to where, that's the thing, is like you can go back and change anything. Oh, well then that's the dumbest. I hate doing that, having any kind of regret. I've got people that I know, I'm kind of choosing my words wisely here, but especially older people in my life that are just full of regret. And I can't hang with that either. I can't really chill with that. Like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And then it's like, oh, my life was so messed up, and I should have done this, and I should have done that, and I could have, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you. Really sorry about that. I'm not mad at them or anything. It's just like, I can't chill with you. Your vibe's gonna bring me down. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense. Dog Mama said she tries to believe that everything happens for a reason, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, then we get into talking, I don't want to talk about like belief and having faith and stuff like that. And some people have asked me like, oh, do you believe in Jesus and all this? And I don't like to get into that stuff too publicly, just because everybody's so different. And but again, it's humans mess things up. We're the problem. We're the problems. Why do we mess everything up? For example, I used to go to. No, I can't. Sorry, I can't let you on my stream. It can be a touchy topic. I got a funny story. I'm happy enough to tell. When I was a kid, they used to make me go to church. And it was boring. When I was real little, they made me wear a suit. So that's why I hate suits as an adult. I just hated it. I felt like I was being like strangled or something. Anyways, I used to go to church when I was a little kid, church camps, stuff like that. They would send me away. When I was a kid, I was drawing things like Eddie from Iron Maiden, horror art. I just thought it was the coolest stuff, man. Freddy Krueger. I drew all kinds of like scary looking things. So the parents in my life in the 80s were like, whoa, like there's a demon in this kid. You got to get him to church, man. And then I'd go to church and I'd draw a church and, whatever. And then as a teenager, I never cared for it. I was always the one questioning things. Because I think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to speak out loud here for a second because I'm just figuring this out too. But I was always the kid in the neighborhood that like played with the toys and like made up their own stories, and that's kind of what I do now for a living. Give me some characters and I'm going to make up some stories and have some fun, and the friends are going to come over and we're all going to play together. That's kind of the vibe that's always been my life. So, but when parents would see like, whoa, what are they making up over there? What are they doing? They would say, oh, you got to get this kid some church, or he's disturbed or something. But I was just having fun. So when I went to Bible school or whatever, I would be like, they would tell me some like Bible stories sounded rad. David and Goliath and, Samson and Delilah and all this stuff, like it sounded like superheroes or something, But then there would be stories that I would question. I'd be the kid there that was like, but what happened next? I'd be the one that was, they're like, don't worry about that. Just go, just be quiet, kid. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. There's a plot hole here. That's pretty much what I was doing. Like, I don't know if you think this really happened? And they're like, of course it did because of this. And I'm like, I don't really know. So I was very skeptical. I can always have a feeling of when I'm being told a story. So it's always been one of my superpowers to know two things. When someone's telling me a story, could be for good or bad. They're lying to me or they're telling me the truth, but they're trying to entertain me. I know that I'm being told a story. So I kind of had that vibe with church stuff. I kind of felt like this is, I don't really know about this one. And then stage 2 of that was I was a teenager and I used to go to the youth group nights on Wednesday nights because that's where all the cute girls were. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go play volleyball at the church. Went on a canoe trip. Classic. Just trying to get the girls. I was going to church camp for all the wrong reasons. But to be honest, most of those kids were doing the same thing. Even the girls were bored and, nobody was going really to celebrate religion. Just go hang out with your friends, and then there'd usually be like a youth pastor there. The thing that really turned me off about that time, and this is the early 90s, so like I remember like having like their Nirvana tapes and stuff like that. I had Pearl Jam, my friend had Nirvana, and I was like, Pearl Jam's a superior band, by the way, to Nirvana. And it's true. And I'm just giving you a time frame of when this was. And the minister, I'm not going to say his name. I think he's long passed away now, but we went on this trip. He seemed like an okay guy. I was like, okay, this guy's a good dude, I guess. And he had a different style about him. Just laid back and chill. And he had this little boat. And he would like say like, hey, I know what to do. Kids, we're going to clean up this boat. We're going to restore this boat together. So like we did a couple of those where we all chilled and like sanded stuff on the boat and painted part of this boat. It's a little Gilligan's Island looking boat. And turned out that he had stolen a bunch of money from the church. And that's how he bought this boat for himself. And I was just out, man. I was a 90s rebel kid, I was like, F this, like I was like, this is all this is. There's a bunch of people trying to steal money. And so that was my exit from, being involved in any of that stuff. But my own personal beliefs were, I just had so many weird experiences that happened to me that weren't, I can't even really recall them right now, but they were just there was too much coincidence. I was like, that's not that's not real. Like, I can't believe this just happened to me. To where I started to believe that, like, more of the science side, like, is there something like quantum entanglement? Why does this person keep coming back into my life? Or I was just thinking about this and then this happened. And so I just started reading about quantum entanglement. You know, more of like a science fiction person. And that's just became really fascinating to me. And then that was also around the time of like Oprah Winfrey having a bunch of people on her show, and a bunch of people like, oh, law of attraction, and if you just think about stuff, it'll come true. And that's in the Bible and that too, you know. If you ask for something and you believe you received it, it will be given unto you. And I was always like curious. So I was like, all right, I'll try these things, because let's see if it works. And it did. And then I would show my friends, some of my cynical friends, as a matter of fact, now that I'm talking about this. I was so enamored by this law of attraction idea that I was asked to draw a graphic novel about it. So I have got this company called Smarter Comics hired me to do the topic in a graphic novel. And it was basically called Law of Attraction Illustrated. And there's no copies out there. If you go on eBay, maybe eBay, but it's probably still listed on Amazon, but it's out of print. I got some in my attic. But there was a certain thing that you would do, and you could kind of manifest things and just let the universe do its work. And it worked almost every time. And you know, I loved my friends and stuff, and my people. I was always talking about it. Like, you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mindset right. And I don't really believe in the new age frou-frou stuff. So my comic book was basically about just removing doubts from your mind, because doubts will hold you back and stuff like that. And visualization, you know. And then I kind of believe it's just subconsciously you're making the moves. That's kind of what I believe now. I think that subconsciously you're making the right moves, you're making the right actions to go towards what you're really thinking about subconsciously, even when you're sleeping. I think that's how it works now. That's kind of how I believe. 10 is the greatest album of the 90s. Yeah, it is. What is this thing called that I'm using to draw on? I'm drawing on an iPad Pro. It looks a little funny because it's sitting in a sketchboard holder. Sketchboard Pro. But yeah, this is Procreate, the app that I'm drawing in right now. Anyways, that's a good fun story to tell. Let me tell you about. So that law of attraction thing, right? And manifesting and all that. I'm pretty good at it. But my friend, he was really super cynical, and he always like, I can't get an apartment. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Here, let me show you how it works. I'm like, think of something you want and visualize having it. And the cynical a-hole, he was like, all right, I want a big screen TV. This was back when big screen TVs cost $1 billion. And he was cynical. Like, he was a physical thing, of course. He was like, I want a big screen TV. And I'm like, fine, let's go with that. So I was coaching him through this cynical a-hole. And I'm like, so the first thing you got to do is believe that you already received it. You got to see yourself. Where are you putting it? You're acting like you already have it. Where are you going to put it in your house? You know, you're kind of thinking that through. Like, I'm going to get that and I'm going to put it over here and it's going to be right there. And maybe you even make space for it. You got to take those actions. It might seem a little crazy. Well, then we're at this mall. And we walk in. And this happened this fast, guys. It was like crazy. We walk in, and there's these people with clipboards, and they're like, hey, would you like to take a survey to win a big screen TV? And he looked at me like, what? And I'm like, he's like, no way. So I was like, okay. And he did. I was like, so you got to do it. You got to do the survey now. He's like, I don't want people to have my information. So he did the survey. Right? And I'm like, who knows, man? You can't say it. He's like, so you're saying I'm going to win this contest? I'm like, no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that was presented to you. You can't say how the things are going to happen. You just got to roll with it, man. You got to roll with what's in front of you. The universe was like, here's a survey to win a TV. And then, he calls me up and he's like, this was like a week later. It was a week later. I remember him calling me up going like, man, you're crazy. And I was like, what? And he's like, I got to tell you the craziest story. And I'm like, what's that? He goes, our friend Todd was moving out of town. And he's like, Todd messaged me if he could borrow my truck to move. So I helped him move. And he was moving out of state. And it was just that he was cleaning up this guy's apartment pretty much. And this guy had a big screen TV there. And they're looking at it and he's like, man, I can't take this with me. For payment for you helping me today, do you just want to take this? It was like one of those big Sony Trinitron big screen TVs. And they got a TV. And this cynical jerk face was like, I can't believe that worked. That was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know what to say. I'm telling you. So then I was trying to tell him, now get real, bro. Like, what is it that you really want? You know, happiness. It's more of like not a physical thing. And he wanted to kind of be living on his own, and he wasn't capable of working like a regular job. He had some health issues. He thought he would never have enough money to have his own apartment, but yet he didn't take the actions to do the right things to get some help. And then he ended up doing that. And then he just totally spiraled again into negativity because, like, it's not a magical bullet. But that's true. I've got some other crazy stories about that too. And I drew a whole graphic novel about it. It sounds crazy. And people are cynical about that. You know, it's really easy to be cynical about it. But there's something about it. You know, if you put your mind to something and you're just dwelling on it, not wanting it, but believing that it's going to happen. Like, for instance, let's just talk about, you know, a lot of you here know Gary V. He's going to buy the New York Jets. Like, I have no doubt in my mind how it's going to happen, what little pieces have happened to get there, but one of these days, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and people are going to be like, that is crazy. How did he do that? It's like, because he's been taking the right, you know, spirit and moves to build what he knew he needed. Or maybe he didn't even know that he needed it. He's just going with it. Like, he's like, in order to do this, I need to do these actions. So, like, right? And now he runs one of the world's biggest advertising agencies. Crazy. I got all kinds of friends, big, small. I don't preach that because it sounds nutty, I know. But you got to get your mind right. You got to get your mind right. Hey, let's open up one of these minis. All right, yellow versus orange. Let's go. Yeah, Gary has to join these live streams one day. I know. Originally, that was the plan. He wants to do a lot of things. Trust me. He would rather do nothing else but just hang out on these streams all day. All right, orange. Orange. We're looking. You came in just in time to hear the best. Yeah, I'm just like rambling about stuff. Um, let's see. Oh, what do we got? Orange. Oh, yellow, yellow. We're tied. Orange. Orange. Oh, man. Yellow, you're a loser. You're losing, yellow, every day. Sorry. Yeah. To say Gary is very busy, I don't even know. We got some meetings today. Oh man, we got a detailed one finally. Finally. This is Bad Intentions. Speaking of which, I just put my note in because people always love to call this Bad Intentions Bunny. But it's just Bad Intentions. We know it's a little bunny or rabbit, but I'm going to leave him right there. There you go. But yeah, thinking about my cynical old friend there. It's real easy to hear something and be cynical about it. And once you do it, once you see, like, some people do it and they don't even know they're doing it. Having the right mindset and kind of bending reality. Where you're like, that person should be in jail. Or this can't be real. Or how in the world? Like, right? Like, and somehow reality's bending. Because everything they say kind of happens. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why don't you guys say the bunny part? I don't know. Because his name is just Bad Intentions. So, I was never really corrected on it once. I heard that once. Someone's like, not Bad Intentions Bunny, it's just Bad Intentions. I was like, alright. I forget who told me that. But I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. There's also I talked about it a little bit on it's like a natural thing that people want to give the characters new names. And I know that feeling because I thought, oh, how are we going to have a character named Bad Intentions? Or you want to shorten it up. Or like the characters with the really long names, like your poor relationship with time is your greatest vulnerability. How do you say their name? How do they address each other if that's their character name? It's difficult, but like it's the whole point of it, maybe. Like for instance, if I started giving hardworking Wombat the name Womby, like if I call, hey, here's Womby, what's up, Womby? Or Dialed In Dog, if I'm like, there he is, doggy, whatever. I wouldn't say to myself in my day-to-day life, I just said it yesterday out loud. I was like, I gotta be a Dialed In Dog. And, right? So, you might see something like, so for Bad Intentions there, I see somebody with bad intentions, or if I have a feeling of like, this kind of doesn't feel right, I kind of see that character and I go like, Bad Intentions. Right? Or Diamond Hands Hen, holding forever. Not going to let go of that. Never going to give it up. If someone's like, don't hold this forever, I'm like, I'm going to be a Diamond Hands Hen. People might not know what that means right now. But that's part of changing the, I think Gary even said, I saw a video somewhere about pea salad. And he's kind of ranting about that a little bit. Might have been an internal video, like a meeting that I saw, where he's like, I just want people to say pea salad. I want them to be like, man, that's pea salad. Or how do they say it? Like, right? Like putting something in the culture, like changing the language a little bit is an interesting thing. Smurf it up, right? Smurfs did that. I always used to say with my old webcomics, like if I'm drawing an animal, I want, every time you see that animal in real life, I want you to think about my character. So I had a llama in my old comics, and to this day, people still send me pictures of llama, of the llama character that I had. Drama Llama was the character. Oh boy, don't look that up. Don't look that up. That was definitely when I was drawing and writing with that cynical friend. So a lot of those old comics are very not, they're very dark humor, let's say. Darker humor. Now you're going to look it up. It's in my Wikipedia page if you want. But I always thought that was cool. Like, that if you have a character, when I tell you there's a fat cat, who do you think of? Boom. Garfield. So, we got all the animals in VeeFriends. We got them all. So sooner or later, when someone says cat, you're going to think of, maybe not cynical cat, maybe you're going to think of very, 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 very lucky black cat. Right. Erwin, thanks for watching. Or you're back. You left and now you're back. I don't know. So any insight on what I'll be doing on Fanatics Live? I haven't heard back from the Fanatics team. I messaged them. Initially, I was going to be on there talking about some stuff. But I don't know because they haven't messaged me back. So I'm just going to be there and just kind of chill. And I'd like to give something away on the stream. But we got to see. I don't know. Zach will give you a shout out. I'll be around. I'm there till I leave on Saturday morning. So I'll be in town. I'll be probably in the office for most of the time. Bright and early. No stream tomorrow because of travel. I've got to get up and get going. Start my travel journey. And working on some stuff behind the scenes I can't talk about, but we'll get there. But I gotta say, VCon's coming up. I'll be at VCon. Another person asked today, will I be at the National? National is a card show in Cleveland. Just look up the National Cleveland. It's the weekend after. It's the week after next. Gary will be there. I think all the days. I think somebody said that, or it's usually typical that he's there all the days. He'll be at the booth, the first sanctioned tournament there with the card game. And a lot of people are like, DJ, are you going to go to the National? And I was talking to Andy yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know if I can. I might just go just to chill, like hang out and meet some people, drive up. It's only 2 hours drive, but if I can bring some sort of more value, and I don't want to take up any space or be in anybody's way or change any plans, but it might be fun to sit there and draw or hang out in the lobby and draw or something. I don't know. Do a meetup. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. Not everything can be planned. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow and see what happens. And if not, cool. I'll be here drawing. And I don't know. My wife's out of town that week, so I probably won't be up there till Friday. Stay till Sunday, maybe. Maybe. The prizes the Courage Show has acquired one. Has acquired are insane. Yeah. Maybe someday I'll have that cool of prizes. By the way, if you're watching, I do plan on giving something away. Actually, I'm feeling pretty generous right now. So, if you're watching this stream live right now, Gary posted something on Saturday about me being on the stream. Let me see. I don't know. If you're watching right now, let's do this. But it has to be right now. It can't be in. I'm gonna time it. So we got a couple minutes left on this stream. Oh, geez, what's going on? If you're watching right now, you're gonna email me. DJ.Kaufman, that's me, at VeeFriends.com. Tell me you're watching this stream right now live. And send your mailing address. Just go ahead if you don't mind. .com. And I'm going to send you a surprise in the mail. To one person. Only one person. But maybe a couple. If only a couple people send. So if you're watching right now, surprise, you got to email me at djkaufman@VeeFriends.com right now. This is for the people that are paying attention. We got 10 people on TikTok, 9 people on Instagram, and a bunch on X. But I'm going to timestamp it, so you got till about 10 o'clock a.m. Anything after 10 a.m. by 10 a.m. All right? I'll give you a half an hour, just in case you're like, oh my God, I'm in my car. I missed it. And I'm going to put something together for a couple of you. But you got to do it right now. Right? It might not be, don't expect anything and you won't be disappointed. Yeah, it would be good if you sent your address every time, just in the email. That way I don't got to get back to you and be like, what's your address? And what's it? And I'm not really keeping a record of it. Don't put your address in the streams and the live streams. Email it to me. No purchase necessary. This is just for anyone watching right now. And just say you're watching right now. That's it. A little over, about 2 minutes left on my clock. So we're just going to keep that up for a minute. Only reason I'm doing that is because I still have the packages over there that need to be weighed and get a shipping label. So might as well ship out a couple more packages. What do you say? I think that's a fun thing to do. Now, Friday-ish, I'm going to be doing something else that's even bigger. But the thing that I want you to do and get it prepared would be do the Heart Trooper Challenge. Again, go to the Instagram page, find that, but it's basically 100 of these, and just get them ready. Have it ready. Have it at the ready. We might give you another call to action to do probably on the Thursday stream. And I want you to do this, and then I'll show you on Thursday and Friday what we're giving away. But it'll be one of a kind. And I've been trying to mix it up quite a bit. But it's 100 smiley hearts, take a picture of it, send it to a friend. And we'll have some more examples of that tomorrow. I've seen some pictures being sent in. And today's stream, if you're watching live, email me by 10 a.m. and I'll do a surprise little drawing for, a random giveaway of some kind today. That's it. That's the stream for today. Do you have a lot of emails that go to spam? I don't. Not many people email me, so, it's just you guys. I think. Again, there's the cheetah, charming cheetah warm-up from earlier today. If there's a VeeFriend you'd like me to draw, someone said Secure Sparrow. Let me look through the chat. Can I check and make sure I got it? Yeah. Alex, Rocky, Zach, Steven. I'll check my spam. Bruno, Cody, Jonathan. Yeah, a lot of them are going into my spam now. It's funny. Okay. I'll check that too, though. I got them all. Great. Okay, yeah. I'll be sure to check the spam folder, but I'm getting a lot of them coming in now. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be done, and I got to go off to some other stuff. Thanks for watching. Be back here Thursday and Friday, 8 a.m. for further marching orders.